What's up guys, my name is Ozzy and I teach you guys how to save money when building computers. Last week on Twitch I was partying out gaming computer builds using brand new components because that's usually what first time builders prefer. But after I almost convinced myself to pay almost $200 for a video card that isn't worth more than 130 bucks. I hate the current market. Yeah, I'm filtering by lowest price, so it looks like we're just gonna have to use the 1650. It dawned on me. A, this sucks, obviously, and B, there has to be a cheaper alternative. And there definitely is. It does require some extra time and a little bit of sacrifice from the buyer side, but I think it's worth it. So here's why you might be spending a little bit too much money on your PC right now. Okay, so the problem right now is that demand is high and stock is low. When that happens, prices increase. And we've seen this price increase in all 7 components of a standard gaming computer, minus maybe the storage within the last year. But here's the main issue. While the processor, the motherboard, the RAM, the case, and the power supplies are clearly stabilizing, the price of the most crucial component of a standard gaming computer isn't stabilizing. The video card. And it's not like it's a subtle surcharge at all. We're seeing 7-year-old products going for double the original asking price they had in 2014. I get a lot of part lists with the GTX 1070s going for 700 bucks, and there's no way I can recommend that. So Ozzy, what is the solution? It's not like you can skip on the video card if you want to do any kind of gaming, editing, rendering, stuff like that. Well, you could A, wait for prices to stabilize. You just need to be a little bit patient. And if you're not using your computer for work, it's a luxury item, so you could probably wait 6 months or so. You could B, just suck it up and pay the surcharge, but that's the opposite of what this video is all about. You could C, just buy a Prebuilt gaming computer, which, hear me out, is not a bad option right now. There are a lot of gaming computer pre-built companies and products that I totally recommend because they give you good value for what you're paying for. And I'll link some of those below. Or D, the final answer, and the one that I'm going to be talking about more here, just buy a used video card. And honestly, that's where I think you will get the most value. Now, I understand why many of you might be apprehensive to go with used components because you lose certain protections when you're not buying something brand new. I totally understand that, but I think right now, the cost savings are worth the risk. Let's take the RX 570 for example, a great budget entry-level card. On the new market, at the time of recording this video, the cheapest option I can find is just under 400 bucks. Pretty big change from the $130 it went for this time last year. Go to eBay and you will see a $190 price tag. Yeah, it's still overpriced, but it's half of the brand new asking price. Totally worth it and usable in my opinion. And I promise you, eBay is not a scary place. There are scams there, like any other major retailer, but if you use good buying habits, you'll be able to avoid those most of the time. Just make sure the seller has a good history and the post looks legit. Make sure the seller has a 98% approval rating at least. Ensure they've been on eBay for at least 6 months and make sure that they have some feedback, aka a bigger number than 1 next to their username. Their listing should also include more than just stock photos, and the description should explain the product beyond just the name and the model number. And the standard golden rule, if it's too good to be true, then it probably is. And if eBay isn't your thing, you have tons of different options if you live in the States. You have Reddit Hardware Swap, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, OfferUp, just a lot of different options. Check those out and see which one works for you. At the end of the day, just make sure you're not paying $700 for a GTX 1070. And just to get the point across even more, here is the difference a video card can make right now. We have a $500 build, which is a very popular budget for entry-level gaming. The video card will make or break it. Starting off, we have the i3-10100, a pretty spectacular 4-core 8-threaded CPU for just under 115 bucks. You can also go for the 10100F, which is frequently under $100, and that can save you even more money. Nonetheless, great CPU, great upgrade path. The motherboard I chose is the B460M DS3H. It's the cheapest B460 board that I could find at the time of recording this video of just under 100 bucks, but you can usually find them for under $80. For RAM, I chose the cheapest 16GB kit that I could find that was at least 2400 megahertz. In my opinion, brand doesn't matter all that much at this budget, so just get one that fits in your budget with the right amount that you need. For storage, we have a 256GB M.2 SSD. It's affordable, it doesn't require any extra cables, which is always a plus. Our case is a DIY PC S2BK RGB. It looks decent, comes with tempered glass, and it has a power supply basement, so we can be a little bit lazy with cable management and get away with it. And lastly, our power supply is the Antec Neo 550 watt. It is a lower tier power supply, but for the $30 you get for it after rebate, it's the best option at this price, and it's going to power the system perfectly fine. So right now, we have $120 left to spend on the video card. Do you know what we can get brand new with $120? A GT 1030. Yeah, the next card up that I could find was a 1050 Ti for $199, which would put us 70 bucks over our budget, and the 1050 Ti is not worth anywhere near that price. But if we go used, we can pick up an R9 285 on eBay for $88 after shipping. It performs very closely to a 1050 Ti, just has 2 gigs less VRAM, but it's also less than half the price. And by choosing this card, we have an extra $40 in our budget, which we can pocket, or we can just add that to our build. So we can get faster or even more storage if we wanted to. We could get a better motherboard, we can go for more RAM. We have a lot of different options, but I chose to just make this build look more aesthetically pleasing. Just because it's budget doesn't mean it has to look bad. So with the extra $40, I picked up 3 RGB fans to increase airflow and make it look cooler, and then also just some white sleeved cables to make everything look cleaner. Also shout out to Zach from Zach's Tech Turf for making such clean looking budget builds. It's definitely motivating me to do the same. But as you can see, we save a lot of money and we get same, if not better performance if we just go for a used video card. So with all of that being said, don't be afraid to go with a used component, specifically a video card. Minus the RAM and the storage, it's probably the most upgraded component in your gaming system. So you can even see this as a placeholder to hold you over for a year or two until things start to stabilize again. It's definitely not a scary thing, and you will save a lot of money too. If you guys need any recommendations for used cards in a certain price range, I'll have used cards under $150 because I am more in the budget space, and used cards between $150 and $300 listed here on screen. So just pick your poison, whatever's available, whatever fits for you. And just as a heads up, until things start to stabilize again, or I find a really good deal on a component, I will probably continue using used video cards in my new build guides. It doesn't feel right recommending you guys to pay such a big price premium on a card that's not worth it. So I hope you guys understand. If you have any problems with that, just let me know. I'll listen to you guys first before following my gut. But that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure you leave a like, you share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. You can follow me on all my socials at OzTalksHW on literally everything. And let me know if you want me to actually build that $500 computer. It looked pretty awesome. I kind of want to do it. It'll be my first time like ever making such a nice looking budget computer. So pretty excited about that. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.